Hey guys, did you know that I have a Patreon where you can support me and plus get awesome rewards? Or if you're thinking to yourself, but Julian, I want even more bang for my buck while still supporting you, you can pop over to my Redbubble and check out my awesome store with new designs appearing regularly. But for now, enjoy the video you're about to watch.
Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke. Brace yourselves, because it's gonna get song-y in here. I did not plan that intro. Today I'm wearing this shirt because a friend of mine reminded me, hey Julian, you do have another Disney shirt that's not Scar. It's this one, which is also the Lion King. Because actually all the Disney shirts I have are Lion King, and I may have a problem. It's that I don't have enough Disney shirts. Today we are doing a tag I was super excited to find, and that is the Disney writing tag. I've already done the Disney book tag, links in the doobly-doo to that. But how could I resist a combination of two amazing things, Disney and writing? Let's get started. I should grab a cup of water because I'm going to be singing. I'm going to lose my voice. Cup of water acquired. Let's do this. The first one is Aladdin. Riff raff, street rat, I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer, would they see a poor boy? No siree. They'd find out there's so much more to me. And the question is, a genie appears, granting you one wish to fix your work in progress. What do you ask for? Well, I've kind of got two works in progress at the moment, and they're both in various points of the editing phase, but for both of them I think that I would just wish that they would turn in to books that everyone could like. I know, because I'm also a book reviewer, that there are going to be people who absolutely hate my book. And that should be fine, but I still, part of my brain is like, there must be a way. What is the magic formula to make everyone like your book? So I would ask the genie to find that formula and apply it to my book for me. Please and thank you. Number 2 is The Lion King. I'm gonna be the main event, like no king was before. I'm brushing up on looking down, I'm working on my roar. And the question is, if you had to rewrite a Shakespeare play with animals, which one would you do? Random, but yeah, the Lion King is loosely based on Hamlet. If I had to rewrite a Shakespeare play, it would be Macbeth with cats. House cats. Not even CGI cats. Just because they're always up for murder, and they're always thinking that they should be king. So it's perfect. The next one is Pocahontas. I look once more just around the river bend, beyond the shore where the gulls fly free. Don't know what for, what I dream the day might be, just around the river bend, coming for me. I'm not as familiar with that song, so I'm sorry if I fucked it up. The question is, have you ever used historical inspiration? Pocahontas didn't even use historical inspiration, okay? That movie, it had natives and a guy named John Smith in it. That's about as close as we get. I'll be honest, I don't use a lot of intentional historical inspiration in my books. I'm sure it's unintentionally there, especially a lot of European stuff, because I read a lot of fantasy, and I tend to not write fantasy from other cultures because I don't know that much about other cultures enough to be able to successfully write fantasy stories using things from other cultures, so I'm just gonna stick with the European fantasy kind of stuff for me right now. I don't set out to do it. Our next one is Snow White. Ho hum, the tune is dumb, the words don't mean a thing. Isn't this a silly song for anyone to sing? And the question is, what was the first story you ever wrote? Well, the first one that I feel was a complete story is called The Pencil, and if you want to see what that looked like, you can go to my Reading My Old Writing video, links in the doobly-doo if future me would be so kind. It was the first story that I actually remember writing. I was incredibly young, you guys, incredibly young. But yes, I'm gonna go with that because it was the first sort of complete story that I have any recollection of writing. The next one is Mulan. Who is this girl I see staring straight back at me? Why is my reflection someone I don't know? Somehow I cannot hide who I am, though I've tried. When will my reflection show who I am inside? When I was an emo younger girl, that song spoke to me. And the question is, who is the strongest character you have ever written? All of my characters are strong, thank you very much, in different ways. If you're looking for martial prowess, well, we've got quite a few of those too. So I'm just gonna pick one at random, and that would be Princess Joanna from Boots, which is hopefully going to be able to be sent to agents very soon. You guys, Boots could be published one day professionally. So excited. Anyway, Princess Joanna is a kick-ass lady who is out to prove herself as the protector of the people in her land. She will own you in combat. She will also wear pretty dresses and dance. She's the full package. Get you a girl who can do both. That's why Joanna is my pick for one of the most badass characters I've ever written, but all of my characters are very strong, so... The next one is Star Wars. I can't sing anything from Star Wars. Da 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 da. Star Wars is cool. There you go. That's your song. Star Wars. Disney is just like, yeah, Star Wars. We own it now. Bitches, get over it. And the question is, what is a book you've written that does not fit with the others? Apparently I changed this question. I don't remember. But I changed this question. I don't remember what the original was, so you'll have to look in the doobly-doo for the original question, but it must not have been very good in my opinion, so I changed it to this. What is a story or book that I have written that does not fit with the others, my usual style? And I'm gonna have to go with Diary of a Demon, which is in purgatory right now. I had a lot of trouble with it and I'm not completely satisfied with it, and so I just put it on the back burner. It went through the beta process and I still was feeling very frustrated about it and not sure what it needed. It is different in a lot of ways. One, in that it stars a male character, teenage boy, which I don't usually follow teenage boys all that often, especially not as main characters. And also it is in first person, which is something I really don't do. I pretty much always write in third person limited. The main character is intentionally unlikable, at least at first, which is one of the biggest problems I'm having with it. So I still really like the premise, and I still hope that someday maybe I'll be able to rescue it, but right now it's just having a little time out, so I was too frustrated with it. And I had other books that I'm less frustrated with that I wanted to get to. This one is just anthems. Which Disney songs are on your writing playlist? I don't have too many songs with lyrics that are on my writing playlist. I did write down a couple. I do have Moana's How Far I'll Go on there because I just love it. I also have some songs from Beauty and the Beast, I think, on there, but it's instrumental, so it's just like the instrumental version of the Beauty and the Beast song. But honestly, I don't have too many Disney songs on my writing playlist. The next question is retelling. What fairy tale would you retell? Well, there's a very easy answer for that. I would retell Puss in Boots because I already did! That's what Boots is. It is a full-length retelling of the Puss in Boots story, and it may be published one day, so keep an eye out for it. However, I do have ideas for other fairy tale retellings, including The Pied Piper of Hamelin and Cinderella. So those may happen in the future, but it's not going to be for a while, because I have lots of other stories in the queue waiting to be written before those ones. The next one is Frozen. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman. Okay, bye. Boy, I really struggled with that. I knew I was going to struggle with any of the Frozen songs, though, because, you know, they're professional singers, and I am not. The question is, which of your characters is the most misunderstood? I hate to do this, but I'm going to go with a character from my fanfiction, New Ways of Old Gods, which you probably haven't heard me talk about in a while, but that character is going to be Astlir, who is a Kunari, and she is misunderstood because she's huge and has horns and can rip your arms out of your sockets with her bare hands, but she actually really loves people, and she's a sweetheart, and she wants to help everyone, and she lives with this pathological fear that she's frightening everyone just by her very presence. So I think she's probably a very misunderstood character. And I know it's probably cheating to go with the fanfiction, but I don't care. It's a book-length fanfiction, and if you have any interest, you should definitely go check it out. It's pretty good. I'm still pretty pleased with it.
Alternately, in this spot, you could put Levi from my retelling of Puss in Boots. Levi has a big secret about himself and is often misunderstood because of it, so he would also fit in this spot. Plus, he's an adorable cinnamon roll, and who doesn't love one of those?
Number 10 is Moana. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. And the question is, if you had to journey to save the world with any of your characters, who would you go with? Wow, I've got a lot of characters that would be really useful to have along in a world-saving scenario. The question is, who could I, the hobbitiest of introverts, tolerate being with long enough to save the world? I'm gonna go with a character who is from a novelette that you can read for free on Wattpad right now. That novelette being The Gun Horse, and the character being that of Kodiak, who is a horse. He and I would ride out to save the world together. It would be great. We would be great friends. I would get along well with Kodiak, the horse, I feel. Was that a weird enough answer for you? Definitely go check out The Gun Horse. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's free. You can read it for free, and it's short. Number 11 is Pinocchio. I've got no strings to hold me down, to make me laugh or make me frown. I had strings, but now I see there are no strings on me. What is a common lie that you tell people about your writing? Geez, that it's good? I don't usually lie about my writing ever. Why would I? What would that serve? I mean, I might try to make stories sound even more enticing. You know, when I talk to people, try to really build it up so they'll want to read it. But that's not really a lie, I just try to really, punch it up. Be like, please, come on, the cat in Boots, he's, the best cat you will ever read. Maybe he's not, maybe he is, I don't know. It's not technically a lie, I guess. And number 12 is sidekicks. Who is a side character you want to write a full story for? Oh, every single one. I mean, people have complained that I write very interesting side characters that are only there for a few minutes and then they're gone, but people are like, but I fell in love with that character in just a few minutes and I need his full story. The one that I get that the most from my betas especially is the character of Prosper from Boots. Prosper, I can't tell you too much about him, but he is a mage, and he appears a couple of times in the story, but he is a side character, and everyone was like, dude, I would read a book about this guy. What is this guy? Bring him back, please. I guess that's my answer. Prosper the Mage. Needs his own story. Maybe someday. There you go, that was for all of the questions in the Disney writing tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I may actually tag some people this time. I don't know. If I do, I will put their names in the doobly-doo, so go check that out. Because I do not prepare anything ahead of time for these tags. I am a terrible person. What do you want from me? As all of you know, I post new videos here Mondays and Fridays. All of the links to my social media are in the doobly-doo if you want to keep up with me and my shenanigans for some reason. And of course, if you liked what you saw here but wish it was higher quality, then you can support me on my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Everything helps, and it all goes towards getting me better equipment. Because you know you want to see my face looking extra visible. I didn't plan that sentence well either. And I will see all of you again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!
What's up, everybody? It is shout out time. Time to shout out to my very first patron, Kim. And if you want to be cool like Kim, become a patron over on Patreon.